On the last part in the UA Sports Festival, Todoroki faces off against Midoriya. Midoriya here has control over One for All to a slight extent at about 5%. Therefore, every time Todoroki shoots an ice blast towards Midoriya, Midoriya doesn't brutalize his hand in order to deflect the ice blast. Instead, he then dodges around them and actually manages to go into close combat with Todoroki, landing many powerful solid punches to Todoroki's gut. Todoroki was struggling here. Due to the amount of ice he was using, he was slowing down, and he refused to use his fire side to warm himself up. He was losing to Midoriya, and Midoriya refused to let up, continuously pushing on the offensive. Pushed to the edge of the arena by Midoriya, Todoroki was forced to unleash his fire side, pushing Midoriya back. They smile at each other as they unleash their ultimate powers at each other, clashing in the middle of the arena. Midoriya was forced to use One for All at 100% against Todoroki's barrage of fire and ice. And as both powerful forces clash, Todoroki is sent out of the arena, leading to Todoroki's defeat. Midoriya's hand is completely broken. However, he had won the round and had advanced to the next round. So this is the tournament chart here. So Goten and Trunks' next opponents are basically followed them. And basically like everyone is just completely wrecked by Goten and Trunks, just as in a league of their own. So now we move over to the finals, where Goten and Trunks face off against each other. Who will win this fight? Will Goten prevail, or will Trunks win like before? Well, these are questions we'll answer today on What If Dragon Ball Super met My Hero Academia. Of course, while all of these is happening in the background, we still have the hero killer Stain, who is making his appearance in Hosu City. Well, let's see what our heroes will do. Let's get straight into the video. So now we cover the fight between Goten and Trunks. The key difference here, despite their relatively similar power levels, is the fact that they have different registered quirks. So Goten has the ability to fly. However, Trunks has the only super speed, super strength, as well as ability to shoot ki blasts. So this is a huge disadvantage to Trunks, especially for Goten, who just fly back up into the arena if he's knocked out. However, Trunks doesn't have the luxury here. So Goten immediately flexes off his flying ability, flying around like a monkey in the air, and Trunks is just annoyed. He can't even land a hit on Goten. He can't go into close range because Goten is just in the air, out of reach, and Trunks is slowly getting annoyed. So he ends up shooting a huge ki blast, way too dangerous for this world, towards Goten. Goten, who was smiling, immediately had to dodge right out of the way. Goten knew that he wanted to end this right away as he landed straight towards Trunks. Trunks' mouth. Goten had fell for the bait as he landed straight towards Goten, as well as they both clashed, their powers colliding in the middle of the arena. Both of them were sent flying out of the arena. However, Trunks had no ability to fly, while Goten simply just levitated in the middle of the air. Trunks falls out of the arena, and Goten is the winner of the UA Sports Festival, much unlike their fight during the Buu Saga, where Trunks had won the tournament. So after a brief break, we move back to school where everyone just gathers in Class 1A. Aizawa handles the lesson and shows the number of nominations that Class 1A had gotten from the UA Sports Festival. As usual, Todoroki is still the highest, despite his lackluster performance, while Goten and Trunks are right below him. And then afterwards, his Bakugo and Midoriya are basically tied for the number of nominations. Midoriya is actually pretty surprised here. He didn't know that he had impressed so many people. This is much unlike the original canon events where Midoriya basically got 0 nominations. So afterwards, Midnight comes into class and allows everyone to choose their hero names. And honestly, Goten didn't really have any idea of what hero name he wanted to choose. He thinks of his brother Gohan and his great Saiyan Man identity. and he thinks maybe he could adopt a name similar to that. Well, here's the thing more about that. So, as we all know, Stain is making his appearance in Hosu City and has successfully exterminated Ingenium. Stain was trying to find his next target, and instead of going after Native as usual, he has found a much more suitable target. Native was a corrupt hero. However, there was one much more corrupt than Native, one that he needed to exterminate immediately. This was none other than Chi-Chi. As we all know, Chi-Chi is just completely obsessed with money, and the reason that she had entered the heroing industry in this world was so that she could get her hands on more money. So basically, she goes completely against the philosophy of Stain, and Stain immediately wanted to eliminate her. So we move into the next part, where Class 1A students go for their internships. There's only one key difference here though, is the fact that Endeavor had actually extended an invite to Golden and Trunks. He was actually pretty fascinated with these two people. Golden had completely obliterated Midoriya, and Midoriya had actually defeated Todoroki. So he wanted to see what these two would make of. And Golden and Trunks just randomly chose the highest ranked hero on their list, which was both Endeavor. So they are going with Todoroki to Endeavor's agency. Meanwhile, Stain ends up meeting with Shigaraki as usual and makes some threats, leading to Shigaraki releasing the Nomus on the city. As usual, Midoriya is separated from Gran Torino as Gran Torino tackles a flying Nomu out of the air in order to save the train carriage full of passengers. And then, meanwhile, while all of this is happening, while all the chaos is in the city, while everyone's in panic mode, Chi-Chi is just looking for the hero to Stain. Yep, he doesn't really care about the Nomus. He knows that other heroes can handle it, and all she wanted to do was to take down Stain. If she could take down Stain, well, this could be a short pathway to success. Her hero ranks could rise very rapidly, and she could earn even more money. Well, we all know what Chi-Chi is obsessed with. And while she's looking for Stain, well, Stain is looking for her as well. So it's not a surprise when they stumble upon each other in the middle of an alley in Hosu City. Chi-Chi now faces off against Stain, and even though she has an edge in speed and power, Stain has more martial arts expertise, as Chi-Chi is still kinda rusty after many years of not training in the martial arts. However, the superior speed and power still gives Chi-Chi a slight edge over Stain, allowing her to land many solid blows on Stain, causing Stain to fly backwards. He was actually pretty injured from the barrage of blows that Chi-Chi had unleashed on him, and he knew that he would not win in a straight up fight. He did not know that Chi-Chi would be this powerful. He had kinda underestimated her. However, suddenly Lida comes out of nowhere, trying to ambush Stain and kill him and get revenge for what he had done to his brother Ingenium. And Stain knew this was an opportunity. Chi-Chi shouts at Lida to get out of the way. However, Stain has made his target known as he lunges straight towards Lida at breakneck speed. Chi-Chi was too far away to save Lida, as now Stain has a knife straight at Lida's throat. Stain threatens Chi-Chi, telling her to surrender and give up herself over to him if she wanted Lida to live. Chi-Chi recognized Lida. Lida was Golden and Trunks' friend, and she did not want any human casualties. She reluctantly lowers her hands, trying to find a way to get out of this situation, and the opportunity presents himself when Midoriya appears out of nowhere as well, lunging straight towards Stain, trying to save Lida in the process. Stain merely manages to dodge out of the way, not knowing there will be another person here in this alley. And Chi-Chi takes this opportunity. It was an opening as she landed straight towards Stain, landing a solid blow on Stain, causing Stain to faint right on the floor. Just like that, Stain was taken out, and Chi-Chi ends up taking all the credit. Well, you know who Chi-Chi is anyways. So as usual, one of the Nomus tried to abduct Midoriya. However, Stain, who was supposedly fainted, manages to wake up from his deep slumber and save Midoriya. His pure bloodlust scares all of the heroes on scene, including Chi-Chi, as he faints right away again. So, Chi-Chi actually deeply ponders about this after she goes back home. She was near the top 10 hero rankings, and she knew that there were many more menacing threats out there. If she wanted to advance further, she had to take down even more powerful and scary foes. And she knew that she had to consult Goku if she wanted to get even stronger and take down all these villains, and eventually, her final goal was to become the #1 pro hero. Gigi was currently ranked number 20 in the pro hero rankings, not even far away. And then afterwards, we move into the next arc. Many new young and aspiring villains joined the League of Villains due to Stain's message. How will things turn out from here? Chi-Chi's appearance in the Pro Hero rankings and Golden and Trunks' appearance in Class 1A. How will this affect the canon events that are about to occur? Well, these are all questions we'll answer in the next part on What If Dragon Ball Super met My Hero Academia. Thank you all so much for watching.